Hello and welcome to today's episode of Vlogging Hell. In today's episode, we will be discussing E3. That's just happened this week.
From
Saturday.
Monday to Wednesday, was it altogether?
No, it was like till.
It wasn't the full week it usually was.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I only watched Monday.
I think it might have been Monday to Thursday, but it wasn't the full week as it usually is.
I only watched Thursday. I only watched Monday.
Which was big announcement day as usual.
Yeah. Day zero.
Day zero because
it didn't officially start till Tuesday. Yeah.
we don't start on day one for E3.
So obviously there was the conferences by Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft and Sony on day one, which is the only reason anyone watched E3,
Yeah.
of course. So firstly Microsoft kicked us off at 9:30 in Los Angeles, which unfortunately for the British among us was 5:30 in the afternoon here. So by the time PlayStations came around it was 2 a.m.
Then we were quite tired.
And we were very tired, yes. And by the time PlayStation went off, we were asleep. But no, we should be discussing E3 and all the announcements, and we're going to kick it off in style with Xbox.
What Xbox announcement should we talk about first?
Ooh, the only thing. Well, Xbox, of course, spent the 90 minutes talking about video games. Something Xbox didn't do at all last year. I mean,
Well, last year it was just, here, we've got a new console. You want to hear about our new console? Console!
Listen to all these partnerships we've got with all these things. You can watch TV on it. You can watch all these things on it. You can get movies. You can play music. You can do everything. Can you play games? Oh, yes, you can play games as well.
But we won't at first put them so you can play old games on a new console.
No backwards compatibility, which was a bit crap. But that was last year. We're going to talk about this year. And this year, it was all about games. They didn't speak about the console really at all.
No.
Other than to say we fucked the Kinect off. You can now get it for £3.50. I wish £350.
Except
Which is
in the last few days, there's also been announcements that the new Xbox advert is turning Kinects on when you play the TV. So that's kind of a bit more crap with Kinect going on, isn't there?
Yeah, but would you prefer you to turn your Xbox on, or Jesse?
I want Jessie to turn my
Aaron
Xbox
Paul
on.
turning my Xbox on. Ding. Yeah, let's not talk about Aaron Paul turning plastic things on. Let's leave that to. No, let's not go there. Okay. Anyway, with Xbox, there was obviously the Halo 5 announcement. Halo 5.
The Master Chief announcement.
Yeah, the Master Chief Collection with all the remastered old Halo games, which is Microsoft's last push to get Xbox sales because everyone loved Halo Online back in the day. And
before 5-year-olds started playing it and swearing at you.
Yeah. Before you start getting abuse off people half your age.
Bad times.
Yeah. So now the Xbox, the Master Chief Collection will consist of Halo 1, 2, 3 and 4 and all the DLC, and there's gonna be 100 multiplayer maps. They're all gonna be remastered, new textures, 1080p, all that jazz. And it's going to be able to get that in, I think, October-ish?
Yeah.
End of the year.
It'll be when the new Halo game actually comes out.
Yeah, so that is something to look forward to if you're into Halo. Unfortunately, if you're not into Halo...
Bit of a bummer, really.
Yeah, there's not much else for you, really. Oh, there's the new Crackdown that they're doing. Crackdown, you know, that game where you were super agent, you leveled up, you got big and you got tough and you killed things. The new one's coming out, Crackdown 3, which is again, you're big and you're tough and you kill things. You're going to see me looking over there because there's a laptop screen with other things we need to say. What else was the Fable Legends? Fable Legends is a new Fable game. It looks to be like a dungeon crawler type game.
Multiplayer.
Multiplayer, of course. Co-op, 4 players, and a bad guy who controls a dungeon, spawns monsters, attacks you.
Isn't there always a bad guy?
There's always a bad guy. It's usually Stephen Fry though.
There's nothing wrong if it's Stephen Fry as the bad guy.
When Stephen Fry is trying to turn an orphanage into a brothel, you know it's a good game. That was Fable 2, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Xbox, obviously the exclusives, Halo, Forza 2 Horizon, is it? Yes, Forza 2 Horizon exclusively to Xbox One.
Sunset Overdrive, which honestly I quite like the look of it because of it was more old arcade style than any of these new games where it's like, yeah, let's make it as realistic as possible. This guy was skating around on his shoes.
Yeah.
No skateboard, nothing like that. He was going around on his shoes and killing massive orangeade monsters, something like that.
Yeah. Also for the Xbox there was exclusives, the Phantom Dust, old series on the old Xbox is coming out on the new Xbox. Remastered, redone, and it's back. And they said a bit about doing more reboots of old games, which I think is pushing your luck really, because that's like films doing old films. I mean, they were good in the 70s, they were good in the 80s. Doing them now, just no, stop it.
And again, it's a whole new target audience, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're pushing it towards the same target audience, but everyone who played it then is now an adult.
Yeah.
So,
what old game would you like to see redone with modern day textures and gameplay and
do you really have to ask this question? It is like obviously going to be Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy
because
VII?
I want to see Aerith get stabbed by Sephiroth in 3D.
Make it happen.
Make it happen, Square Enix. I don't want any of your other games. I want that.
Final Fantasy VII, new, remastered, done. Make it happen. Other than that, Xbox just came to a close with obviously the new Tomb Raider game, the exclusive content for the Tomb Raider game. I don't know, is that it for Xbox?
They had Evolve and the fact they are getting the beta.
Yeah, the Evolve beta, but that's multi-platform.
Exclusively for Xbox.
Yeah, that's going to be multi-platform release, but exclusive beta for Xbox One. Much like Destiny, which has got an exclusive alpha for PS4. And Battlefield Hardline, which again, alpha for PS4 and PC, no Xbox.
Sorry, Xbox.
Other than that, I think we're done for Xbox, so now we'll move on to next on the list of things that happened, which was EA. EA,
Best announcement I heard was Sims 4.
Yeah, Sims 4.
Sims 4! Which is coming out on September the 2nd, so after that point I will probably not use my YouTube channel for about 2 months because I will be bashing that 24/7.
Yeah.
Uni doesn't exist
No.
after September the 2nd.
No. Okay. So yeah, Sims 4, the new Sims game, it's been in announcement, it's been in development for years now. They did announce it for March this year and then pushed it back.
EA, you bastards.
Yeah, obviously the other EA games was FIFA 15, which is much like every other FIFA game, is about football. Surprise, surprise. There was the Madden, there was NHL, there was baseball, there was all the sport games, there was the new UFC which featured Bruce Lee.
Ooh.
And finally EA closed theirs with the opening of the Battlefield Hardline beta for PC and PS4, as I've said, which I've played a bit of, and it's not. I gave it a 7. It's not fantastic. It's like every other Battlefield game. It's not great, but it's not crap. It's just sort of there.
It's in the middle.
It's in the middle. I mean, it's just like every other Battlefield game. I don't understand what the
Yeah.
difference was.
Yeah, it's the same as the new Call of Duty, which is also all consoles again.
Yeah,
isn't
multi-platform again.
it?
Exclusive content for Xbox One first. PS4's going to get it after, but Xbox One's going to get it like a week earlier, so it's pointless. Again, Call of Duty 4, but Call of Duty 4, the new Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare. We're not going to talk about that.
It's not a game I enjoy. It's not a game you enjoy. It's
No,
not something worth talking.
the new Call of Duty game is not even worth talking about. If you
It-
like
it
Call of
doesn't
Duty,
exist.
leave now. Are you gone? Good. Let's continue. EAS closed their conference with the opening of the Battlefield 4 beta, which I'm in and I've played and nothing much to report from EA really, was there? Other than The Sims
No.
4, if you're into that. If
I
you're into
mean,
all the sports games, don't worry, they're amping them up.
as usual, they've pumped you full of sports games and gone, oh yeah, by the way, we have other games.
Yeah.
But sports.
Yeah, they've mainly done sport. They've mainly always done sports games. EA.
Yeah. EA Sports.
It's in the game. And the games that they haven't done that are sports games are crap. So there's that. No, the sports games again, they're just going to be same old. Expect what you're going to expect, which is FIFA 15, Madden 15, NHL 15, and other games.
Other sports games.
Other
For
sports games.
2015.
For 2015. And then we move on to Ubisoft, which for me personally blew it out of the park. I'm not going to lie. They had the best conference of the lot on Monday.
They always do, though. Since Assassin's Creed first came out, there is no way they've had a bad conference.
Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed, Unity, 4-player co-op, something the Assassin's Creed series has been missing since the day it came out. You had all that space, you had all that open world, you had all that potential, and you can find a single player fucking. And then they brought in the competitive multiplayer, which again wasn't great.
Yeah.
It sucked ass.
The only problem I see with this co-op is you are the exact same character as everyone else you're going to be playing with. You've just got different skills.
Yeah, they've brought in more of a roleplay element because you sort of
Yeah.
build your character and get him gear, so to speak, and make him different to everyone else. But
He's exactly the same at the end of the day.
at the end of the day, there's going to be the best stuff in the game, and everyone's going to get it, and then everyone's going to be the same. So it's pointless.
The only thing the character design is actually lacking is a proper design where you can do it yourself, and boobs, because as usual, they've not put a female character into the game for women to play, so we are stuck with male genitalia once again.
Oh, poor you.
I know.
Well, you know, Assassin's Creed wasn't the only game Ubisoft brought out that cut a female character. Far Cry 4 was the same.
They always cut the females out because, as usual, people believe only guys play games, because if you're a girl, the only things which we will let you properly play are the Sims games, which admittedly I do love. But that is because once you lock a Sim in a room with no door, you are God.
Yes, because women like to play God with men, they like to play God in games as well. So yeah, Ubisoft, the Assassin's Creed Unity co-op with the co-op multiplayer, they've actually cut competitive multiplayer from the game entirely. So the only multiplayer in the game now is co-op. So there you
Which
go.
is quite good. They've also going to be bringing out Assassin's Creed Comet.
We
which-
think that's the name. We're not sure.
We're not exactly sure of the name. This is the name we have seen on a few sources around, but it's probably still being thrown around. It's not the
Yeah.
best of names.
Because Unity is exclusive for next gen consoles, Xbox
Yeah.
One, PS4. They brought out a similar. No, it's not similar. I'll speak about it in a minute. They brought out another game alongside it for Xbox 360 and PS3 because Unity wouldn't work on the 360 and PS3 apparently. So the Assassin's Creed Comet for the Xbox 360 and PS3 is going to have you back in the boots of a sailor in and around the Assassin's Creed era in the Atlantic Ocean, from what I've seen and read. Some old Assassin's Creed characters are going to make appearances, like Hatham Kenway and your first mate from Assassin's Creed 4, which I can't pronounce the name of. And he claims to be Welsh. That's about right, actually. I can't pronounce Welsh words either. So now there's going to be more sailing, carrying on the nautical theme from 4, and then Unity is going to be the French theme, completely new era, completely new game, and the French Revolution. And then again, there's a Far Cry 4, which looks ace, as always. I never finished 2, I did finish 3, and I never played 1. So, Far Cry 4 will be interesting. One of the best things about Far Cry is the map editor, and I'm hoping they'll keep that around. Okay, the last Ubisoft thing I'd like to talk about is a new Tom Clancy game, which is Rainbow Six Siege, which I watched the trailer and I watched the conference, and it looked pretty goddamn good. I'm not gonna lie. I think it looked better than Call of Duty, as always. I've always been a fan of the Rainbow Six series. Not so much the Ghost Recon, but Rainbow Six specifically. It's where I first got into professional gaming. I was in a clan on Rainbow Six Vegas 2, and we did quite well. We got invited to tournaments that we didn't go to because it was fucking miles away.
And you weren't even a proper team, you were literally people who've just met online.
Yeah, we met
and
online
gamed.
and we
Yeah.
played together, and we got quite good at the game, and then we ended up getting into it. You know, communications was played it every time. We were in the leagues, we were in the MLG leagues, and all that Shaz, Battle.net, Battle Games, Battle.net, I don't know what it's called. But yeah, we were on that, we did quite well. So I'm looking forward to the new Rainbow Six. I'm hoping to relive my past glory. Come on, we got invited to a competition in America.
That would have been a good competition, except
It would
I'm
have been,
guessing
right?
You would have paid for your own travel.
We had to pay for our own travel, our own accommodation, everything, and we only got money if we won. It would have been pointless.
Would have been poor.
We would have been poor, because we wouldn't have won. We were 4 guys from England.
Against all their massive teams who actually do it full time.
Although it was 4v4 competition, that's the only reason we got invited, because we did quite well in the online leagues. Our very, very, very first match, we absolutely dominated. I don't think any one of us died, so there you go. Ding!
It's great when you don't die in games, except I die about 50 times to start with, and then get better.
Yeah. Super Meat Boy!
Yeah, fun game. Wasn't obviously at E3 since it's been out years now.
Yeah, well, I decided to give it a shot, and died a lot.
You should video it, it was quite fun.
Next new video, I will be doing, if you've watched the indie game documentary, and you've seen the 3 games on that documentary, then look out on the channel, because I'll be doing them 3 games in consecutive videos.
They're all quite fun games, we had a go at them.
Super Meat Boy, Fez and Braid, that is, if you did not know. And go and watch the documentary because it's epic. Honest to God, go and watch the documentary. And then go and buy the games. And then play the games. And then come back and watch me play the games.
And then play the games.
And then play the games some more!
Right.
Sort of coming to the end of the video now because we're nearly 20 minutes in.
Square Enix is someone I'd like to talk about. They have finally announced a new Kingdom Hearts game. Loads of people I know.
Now they did sort of work on that, you know, Final Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD.
They did work on that, which is coming out exclusively on PlayStation, is it?
Yeah. Oh, they're all exclusive to PlayStation.
Yeah. But Kingdom Hearts 3, which people I know have been waiting years for. We've been waiting for a new game for ages, Square Enix, and you gave us Lightning Returns.
Final Fantasy VII Reboot!
Yeah, reboot it now. I don't care about Lightning. She is just a female Cloud. Not right. Anyway, they also have a Final Fantasy game, which will be announced onto the consoles.
Yeah, it has been out a while on the handhelds, I think, is it?
Yeah, it was on the handhelds. Final Fantasy Type 0 is going to be on the major consoles for once.
Okay, finally we're going to be coming to Sony, whose conference started at 2 AM UK time, so cheers for that, Sony. And they didn't really do much. They spoke about the console. They spoke about PSN Plus, which I can't talk about because it'll sound like an advert, but you get a free game. I think if you follow...
get a free game like every month.
Yeah, and they're also bringing out the TV thing, the PS TV. Again, they didn't really talk...
Yeah.
It's a good idea. I like the idea, but it's an E3. You're supposed to talk about games. You're supposed to talk about big things. I mean, I'm not going to fault it. It's something that, you know, Xbox haven't got.
Yeah.
But
you're supposed to turn around and say, these are our new games! Look, we've got new games!
Yeah, well, to be honest, Xbox spent their entire conference last year talking about the console and got right load of crap for it. So this year they focused completely on games, and PS4 have sort of half and half. And the games they did announce weren't great, I'm not going to lie.
The PS4 games aren't something I'd be willing to pay the price for, really.
I mean, the games they announced weren't great. I mean, the ones that did stand out was, of course, Little Big Planet 3, because it's Little Big Planet.
You needed a free for Little Big Planet.
You
can do so much with it.
Uncharted 4, I know that's a big franchise for the PlayStation, and it's very, very, very... They're not going to stop doing Uncharted games I can't imagine it.
Yeah.
And again, they announced Last of Us coming to PlayStation 4 with a new reboot, better graphics, better textures, better frame rate, and just basically all round.
Honestly, they don't really have to do much with
probably with some exclusive content would probably a better marketing push for that game because it was great on the PS3.
If you've already, it's one of those games since it's basically a story game. People don't feel compelled to go back to it and play again.
No, you wouldn't really want to go and play it on a new console
unless they introduce something. it's like when State of Decay have brought out their DLC. They've put new stuff to it. You can be different people.
Yeah.
It's a lot better when you do it that way. If you're going to have a game which ends in that game.
And finally, we're going to be talking about the big announcement. And if you follow me on YouTube or Tumblr or Twitter or Facebook, then you'll see that I'm a part of a group called Pro Gamers. We are a game news tips, blah blah blah, all that rubbish. We do events and whatnot. I stated on that Rockstar would steal the show without even turning up, and steal the show they did, and they didn't turn up. They just stayed in the studios laughing.
They didn't even have to, because the Sony announcement pretty much did it for them. Sony turned around and gave this big announcement for Rockstar, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
Rockstar, right? If you're watching,
brace yourself.
brace yourself. Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and PC. Yes, Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and PC in September, I think. Fall, whatever fall is. I don't understand American things.
Fall is autumn.
Autumn,
That's all
that
we
could be
can
any time,
say.
really, couldn't it?
Yeah.
So no, it's going to be better optimised. It's going to be more graphics, better stuff, and possibly exclusive content. I'm not sure. Maybe, possibly.
Just think, you get to be Trevor in a dress some more. What's the point in
in
arguing?
1080p textures.
But expect that to be coming out later this year on PlayStation 4 and
Xbox One and PC.
the other two consoles we're not allowed to mention, since it was Sony's presentation which brought it all in.
It was Sony's conference that said it. It's not involved in any other console.
No, it's not involved on one of the biggest consoles most of us still play on.
Yeah.
PC gamers are going to be happy though. That's all we
PC
can
gamers have been
say.
waiting for Grand Theft Auto 5 for fucking ages, since it was released.
Since it was
announced.
last year.
Since it was announced, PC gamers have been like, oh, we can play Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC. Then it came out and it was like, no, we're going to put Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC. PC gamers were like, no.
Can do so much with it on PC, and
Yeah.
why not do
Why
that?
Why not? But no, it's coming out for PC, it's coming out for Xbox One, it's coming out for PlayStation 4 in the fall. Whenever that is.
Fall.
So no, that is practically E3 in a nutshell. Nintendo's followed on Tuesday and they announced Super Smash Bros., the new game, for Wii U and 3DS. They announced the new Legend of Zelda game, which is cell shaded again, like Wind Waker.
And they talked
To
about
be honest,
the-
it doesn't look too bad. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't scream at me. Like, you play as a new character, you play as a new looking Link, and it just doesn't look right to me. I'm not gonna.
He looks like a girl.
Yeah, it doesn't look right to me.
And as usual, yet another Pokemon game has been announced to be remade.
Another Pokemon game, Pokemon 6,042,042, has been announced. Obviously, in this game, you will be a trainer who will capture Pokemon with these magical ball things called Pokeballs.
We know nothing of the Pokemon.
It's an original story. It's an original story. You're a boy from a town who leaves his home at the age of 10 with a Pokemon he gets from a nutty professor, travels the world, and ends up beating the Pokemon League.
Such an inspirational story we've not been hearing since we were like 3.
Oh, that's Pokemon in a nutshell, that, isn't it?
It pretty much is, yeah. The story of our childhood. Pokemon. Beating animals with balls.
So yes, thank you for watching our stupidly long E3 video.
There
If
was
you
too
would like
much
us-
at E3 to cut
Yeah.
it all down.
I
Sorry
thought
about
it'd be better to just do one big one instead of lots of little ones, because that's annoying for me and you and everyone in the house. So me and anyway, yeah.
You said my real name.
I didn't say it loud, Kirky Wolf. Anyway,
I'm not Kirky Wolf anymore. I gave up Forsaken World.
thank you for watching, and if you want to see any more videos at this length, keep it to yourself. It's not going to happen.
We may stream, but we will not do videos over 15 minutes if we can help it.
Follow my Twitch. Follow it now. I'll
Follow
link it.
his Twitch.
I'll link it, and you must follow it. And I do streams, and it's fun, and I get
And you'll
lots.
see me in the background on my glorious laptop Gladys.
Yes. So last quick announcements. Follow my Twitch. Head over to KirkyKR on Facebook and Twitter. Follow that. Like that. comment
Also
on that.
on Instagram now, if you want to follow me on that.
Yeah, she's on Instagram. She takes
3
photos.
people following me. I feel popular.
Yeah. YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, watch things, thank, blah blah blah. Subscribe to me.
This one.
Me. And go on to Facebook and like Pro Gamers. I will link that in the description somewhere. Like them, they are up to date. I'm up to date. They keep everything up and fresh, and they do events. You should take part in the events.
On PlayStation.
We do PlayStation events. I'm going to be doing some Xbox events. I'm going to be doing some PC events, and they're going to be sorting out everything. We've got a website coming along. We've got reviews to write. I'm writing reviews. We're doing lots of things. We've got lots of things planned, and we're going to do T-shirts. So T-shirts. So keep your eye out for that. We're getting big. We're going big. We're going rah. But no, that was E3 in a very, very, very long video.
See you next week at my channel.
Where the video will be 3 minutes long because I will die.
Bye.